Welcome back to the channel, Stuart from ZDC Toys and Play, and today we're going to be reviewing the SIKU Mega Lifter. Okay, so I have the model number 4311 SIKU Mega Lifter here. I actually picked this one off of eBay because it was a really good price. It's absolutely massive, and we'll just get into the review. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell, and if you have any questions, please comment down below. So we have along the top here the playability of the model. As you can see, it's a 155 scale, so you are going to get an excellent amount of playability, and for the size of the model, you just do get a lot for what's there. And then so on to the rear side there, a bit more playability in terms of what can be done, and we'll just get into the look of it now. Right, so here we have the model itself. It's one of these things which has been in storage, and I've just now got it out, so I'm just looking at it here for the first time in a long while. So overall first impressions when you pick up this model, it's massive, it's heavy, it's of good quality. If you was to purchase this for brand new, I think you'll be exceptionally pleased with what you get. So in terms of the model, pretty much everything you see on here is die-cast metal. Anything that's yellow, grey, pretty much anything that's black is die-cast metal. The hydraulics, the main parts of the hydraulics are also metal, but then you've got the housings for the pump section here is plastic, but pretty much everything is die-cast metal. You do get these legs that come out, and as these legs do come out here, you will see like what you've got. You will see as they come out here, and then you do have these screw sections here that, as you can obviously, support the vehicle, the crane as it comes down, and then it will be all nicely secured in place. Then you have the cab section there, which I believe does actually, does that spin round? It might do. Have to have a little look at this. This has been a while since I've actually looked at this model, so I'm just gonna, there we go. So that model, so the cab area does spin round like that, as it was actually nicely housed in there. Again, all of this white section here is die-cast metal, and then as we start coming up with the hydraulics, everything is nicely kept into place. And then the crane section area here, like so. Then you get the winch section on the back here. And the whole weighted section is is also die-cast metal, and you can feel from the cold. There is actually this little release button here, which has a little finger you could probably see on there, which does release the crane section from the area there, as like so, and then you can winch it all the way back up as required there. So as this does actually come out, I'm just going to loosen this off, and you do get, and as you can hear, everything does click into place really well. I'm just going to see if we can look at this model and lower it down as it opens up. So obviously this is too long for the camera, but I'm just going to try and see if we can lay this down, and you do get this ratchet system on the bottom here, which allows you to click it up as you put it onto this camera here, and then you can see how much it does come across in terms of height there as well. And then we're just going to drop it down put it back to this camera here, and then you can really see how long it is. So I would say in terms of the length you get here, you've got a good 3 foot or 900 mil, possibly even to a meter long of the overall crane. It's absolutely excellent. It's a very good quality model, and it's certainly definitely something that I would recommend you have in your, if you are into SIKU construction, that you do have it as part of your model and part of your collection. So in terms of the diecast for the boom section, this is diecast metal, diecast metal, diecast metal, but the last section here is plastic. So that's just one thing to be aware of. And then, as you can probably hear on the table, you do get this metal crane hook section here. So as we just bring all of these back in, it is really nice. It does all come back in really well. So one of the things which I just wanted to note, which keeps the whole crane thing in place, is that you do get this little clicking system here. You probably can't see, but there are sort of indents in here which keep this in place, and it is really nicely solid. And then you just got to squeeze in. There's a bit of a knack to it in terms of getting it down to where you want to. In terms of the body of the vehicle, as you can see, again, everything is pretty much die-cast metal. So from the rear side here, you've just got this spare tyre. Again, all the tyres on here are rubber with plastic rims. And then as you get to the front, you do have this driving cab here, Global Construction livery on the front here. Again, cab, all die-cast metal, plastic lights with plastic wing mirrors. Okay, so that is everything for this model. In terms of pros and cons, I really don't think there's any cons to this model. It's absolutely massive, it's heavy, it's of good quality, it's something that you're probably going to want to have in your collection. But if I'm being really picky, the only con I would say is that these stabilizer feet that come out, I would say they could do with some kind of hook or click mechanism back onto the body, because as you are driving it around, especially on carpet, sometimes that these can just start moving out, and that can get a little bit annoying depending on who's playing with it, in terms of maybe a small person might get frustrated with them coming out. You do get this release button on the top there, which I think is really good to release the cable out and get it built out and erected really quite easy. But I think this is what they've got here in terms of the actual boom cab section for the crane. That does slot in quite nice and is quite solid. I think if they could have come up with something for the legs like that would just make this model absolutely awesome. It's definitely something I'm enjoying having in my collection and playing with. There's loads of playability in terms of the crane. You can lift loads of stuff on it. It's certainly of a good quality. Certainly something I would recommend to have in your collection. Okay, so that's it for this review. If you have any questions, please please ask them down below in the comments, and I'll try and help you out. Thank you.